Can we overtake a bus in our driving test? Can we overtake a cyclist on a continuous white line? How you doing? My name is Anthony Doran from ADM Driving School, and these are some of the common questions we get asked. So the first one, can we overtake a bus in our driving test? And the answer is yes, of course you can, provided it's safe to do so. So we're going to run through a few hypothetical situations and I'm going to explain the best thing to do. So we're driving down the road, we're behind the bus. The first thing we're thinking, okay, I'm driving down the road, I'm behind the bus. Chances are this bus is going to move in to pick up passengers, so we're going to be ready. So we're driving down the road, we're behind the bus puts on the left signal, so we're only going to do one of two things. We're either going to overtake the bus or we're not. And it's all about you just looking up the road, processing the information in front of you and making the correct decision. And the decision has to be fast. So left signal goes on. The first thing I do is I come off the gas slightly. This will give me a little bit more time to think, and it will also create a little bit of distance between me and the bus so I can get a better view up the road. A few things I might be looking for is, well, first of all, is there any oncoming traffic? Because if there is or if there isn't, that will determine whether you're overtaking or not. Another thing I might be looking at, how many passengers could be potentially getting on the bus? Another thing we're looking for is the road markings. Is it a broken white line, a continuous white line, or hatch markings? So hypothetical situation number one, so we're driving behind the bus sticks on the left signal. So the first thing we do, ease off the gas slightly, give us a second to think. Step one, I'm looking up the road to see if there's any oncoming traffic. If there's no oncoming traffic, we're overtaking the bus. Next thing we do, we check our mirrors, make sure there's nobody overtaking us, signal to the right, move out in good time, overtake the bus, and just left mirror, move back in. You don't need to signal left back in. Hypothetical situation number two, so we're driving behind the bus sticks on the left signal. So first thing we do, we slightly come off the gas. Step one, I'm looking up the road. Now this time I see there's 4 or 5 oncoming cars. So I'm not going to overtake just yet. Another thing I could be doing is how many passengers might be getting on the bus at this time. So here there's only one man getting on the bus. So when we see this, chances are that bus isn't going to be stopping here for long. But no matter what, we always do the same thing. The next step is we mirror inside and then your right mirror, signal to the right and pick up good position just left of the centre line. Don't get too close to the bus, and you definitely don't need to do a big left steer and come in behind the bus. You don't need to do that. You just pick up correct position just left of the centre line. In this scenario, 1 car passes, 2 car passes, 3rd car about to pass, bus cancels the left signal, right signal goes on, you just cancel your signal and pick up correct position in behind the bus. Next we have a similar scenario, but now instead of one man getting on the bus, there's about 10 people. There's women, there's children, there's women with prams, so we know this is going to take a long time for this bus to stop, so chances are we might be overtaken. So again, we're behind the bus, left signal goes on, come off the gas slightly, give me time to think and look up the road. Step one, how many cars are coming? Looks like there's 4 cars coming. That's grand, we mightn't be overtaken. Next, how many people are getting on the bus? Okay, there's a big gang of people probably getting on this bus. Chances are this bus could potentially be stopping for longer. So as always, we do the same thing. We check our mirrors, we signal to the right, we pick up correct position just left of the centre line. Don't cross the line if there's cars coming. So we're waiting, 1 car comes, 2 car comes, we're looking ahead, we're checking our mirrors, 3 car pass, 4 car pass. The bus is still letting people on. That's when you overtake the bus, left mirror, move back in. So in the last scenario, same again, behind the bus sticks on the left signal, but now you're overtaking the bus and it's in rush hour traffic. So there's a load of people getting on the bus, but when you look up the road, there's 10, 15 cars. So it's just a big line of oncoming cars. But you still do the same thing. You still check your mirrors, you signal to the right, and you pick up good position. The answer is never to do a big left steer and come in behind the bus. This bus, for all we know, can break down. Anything can happen here. We're still getting into position so we can overtake. So while we're waiting, big line of cars, bus cancel signal, right signal goes on, the bus moves off. Nothing you can do, you cancel your signal and just pick up correct position in behind the bus again. So even if there's a big line of cars coming, still pick up the same position. This is always the answer, getting yourself into this position here. So that's in the perfect world where we're the first car behind the bus, nice straight road, broken white line. Next I'm going to talk about what happens if I'm the second or the third car behind the bus, what happens if it's a continuous white line, and I'm going to explain a few of the common mistakes people make. So now in this scenario, so we're driving down, we were the third car in line behind the bus. Bus sticks on the left signal, so as always, what do? I come off the gas. Give me a second to think here because now there's a lot more going on. So the bus is pulling in, again, I'm looking up the road. Is there any oncoming cars? Doesn't look like there's any, but now what's in your way is these two cars. I can't see up the road because of these cars. What most people will do is they will just mirror signal right and just blindly follow the cars in front. If you do that in your driving test and a car comes, grade 3 observation overtaking, you have to do your own observation. If you just follow them and nothing comes, you'll still get a grade 2, but because nothing bad happened, you will probably get away with it. So what we do, okay, bus pulls in, mirror signal to the right, the first car overtakes, he's moving back in. The second car is still in the middle. So this is where you're trying to look up the road. When the second car gets into this position and gets out of your way, now I can see, now I overtake. You don't want to just blindly follow the cars in front. That one is very important. In all these scenarios, the main mistake I see people make is, okay, we're behind the bus sticks on the left signal, and because I'm looking for the bus, I'm looking for the left signal. Once it goes on, I just instantly turn around and look at the driver, and you can just see them go blank and continue to accelerate. And then what happens is the bus pulls in, and now we've just driven straight up and we stop directly, but that's a nice straight line there, and we end up stopped right behind the bus. It's all about actively thinking, okay, I'm behind the bus. The second that left signal goes on, I'm always getting into this position. Just left of the centre line. Bus left signal goes on, come off the gas. That's the anticipation part. Give you time to think. Mirror signal, and you're always picking up this position just left of the centre line. If there's no cars, don't stop, continue on. Very important. Actively be thinking, I'm getting ready to overtake this bus the whole time I'm behind it. Once that left signal goes on, this is what you're going to do next. It's always that answer. Always move out to the centre. If there's no cars coming, overtake. If there is cars coming, stop just left of the centre line. Next we're going to talk about, can we overtake a bus on a continuous white line? Now this will be a real grey area in your driving test. And in the marking sheet guidelines, it does say yes, provided it's done in a safe and controlled manner. It also says you won't be faulted if you stay behind the bus either. So sometimes you have to use your best judgment on that one. The only problem with a continuous white line is that it's usually there for a reason. It's usually because it could be coming close to a junction, it could be on a bend, it could be at the brow of a hill. So you just have to make the right decision on that one. A time when I probably wouldn't overtake a bus on a continuous white line is if the bus signal's left, there's only one passenger getting on, the bus is only going to be there for a few seconds. So the bus mirror signals left, pulls in, I still pick up good position just left of the centre line. You never know, this bus could stick on the hazards and stop for whatever reason. You do want to be in good position to overtake if you need to. But if it's only one passenger getting on, let the passenger on, let the bus move off, and then you pick up good position behind the bus. A time when you might think about overtaking a bus on a continuous white line. So now imagine this is a school bus and there's 40 children getting on. This is different. Now you're thinking, I can't wait here for like 20 minutes because There's going to be a big line of cars behind me. It's more dangerous if I wait here. 40 children getting on a bus. Not ideal place for a bus stop in all fairness at a continuous white line. But in a scenario where you know the bus is going to be there for a long time, I might think about it. Provided I have good visibility up the road, it's not on the brow of a hill or a bend. If you have decent visibility, you probably would be okay to overtake if it's done in a safe manner. But when in doubt, you won't fail your test for staying behind the bus and doing the rules of the road. Next, I'm going to talk about, can we overtake a cyclist on a continuous white line? And the answer is yes, of course you can, provided it's safe to do so. So again, it's just, I'm driving up the road, I can see a cyclist, I can see a continuous white line, and it's all about you just making the correct decision. I'm either overtaking the cyclist or I'm not. Times when I wouldn't overtake the cyclist on a continuous white line is brow of a hill, bend, coming to a stop at a junction, anything like that. But if it's kind of a nice straight road, you have a bit of straight you can see, go around the cyclist. Mirror, signal. Just because you're overtaking a cyclist, it doesn't mean you have to bring the car all the way over to here and be on the complete wrong side. You only have to leave a metre. If it's over 60, a metre and a half, just put your right wheels on the other side and just drive straight past the cyclist. You don't need to come onto the complete wrong side of the road to exaggerate the overtaking, especially on a continuous white line. Don't know why people do that. And then when you get past the cyclist, make sure you can see the cyclist in your mirror before you left mirror, move back in. Tips for overtaking a cyclist, by the way. If I see a cyclist and I know I'm overtaking, what you don't want to do is look at the back of the cyclist and come off the gas. That's another thing you don't want to do. Look up the middle of the road, keep your speed up, drive past the cyclist and actually overtake him. What a lot of people do is they look at the back of the cyclist, they end up coming in behind them, and then they end up slowing down because they're behind the cyclist. Look up the middle, be aware of the cyclist, straight past, left mirror, move back in. Here's 2 more helpful videos. Reaction to hazards, do I signal around parked cars? If you get some value out of this, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.